This is Weekend Call-In with Claire Kerr on N Live Radio in association with the Retro Charts. I am delighted to welcome my guest today with a career spanning over 3 decades and record sales in excess of 30 million albums. The legend that is Mr. Leee John. Leee, welcome to my show.
Thank you for having me, Claire. It's great to be here.
So welcome. Next year is going to be a huge milestone for Imagination, isn't it? You'll be celebrating 40 years.
Yeah, 40. It's really weird. It's like Body Talk seems like it was yesterday, really and truly. When I think about Top of the Pops, the program we all used to sit around and watch. And next minute you're on there, and it's like, wow, it was such a great experience doing it. And I remember Michael Hill, the producer, used to have us on all the time. We'd do videos, and he'd show the videos in the rundown, the chart rundown, but he wanted us to be on the show. So, 1981, 82, we were on there like 20 times or something. It was crazy.
Wowza. So did you have to come up with sort of a different routine each time?
Different routine, different outfit. Oh my God. It was the first time I cried. It was like a childhood dream.
Yeah.
But it was a lot of hard work because you go then, as you know, when you're doing TVs or radios, things like that, you have to go in the morning, you have your first run through, then you do it again, then you do it a few more times, and they may have a breakdown or something, or the links are not right. Then you have lunch, then you break for lunch, then you go back in the afternoon, then you have another rehearsal, then you have another rehearsal, then you go back, and then you have another with a dress rehearsal. So we'd say, look, we don't want to get our outfits soiled. So, we put half the outfit on or something like that, or they'd show it to the camera and what have you. And then where will you be standing and will you be moving here and that, all that kind of stuff. And then 7:30, the show would begin like the normal show. And you'd run it like it was the whole show because they'd pre-record it just in case.
I see.
Live.
Oh, you're telling us all the secrets now, aren't you?
So it was live in the way they did it, but they pre-recorded everything. And so therefore, the editing wasn't as easy as you can do now. So they just had to make sure they got it in the can. And then we wouldn't leave there till 9 o'clock. So it was a very long day. Each time
you felt great though afterwards then, didn't you?
Yeah, it was exciting, and I think all the action happened in the bar upstairs.
I'm sure it did.
This one is this one.
So did you get to mingle with all the other bands as well?
Oh yes, we did all the time. It became really like Tony Hadley from Spandau. I'd see all the time. Even now we've done loads of shows together.
So your beddies.
Oh yes.
Pop star beddies. I like that.
Pop star. He always keeps in contact. Keep in contact with Steve Norman. I've seen recently. The guys from Go West. Oh my goodness, there's a lot. When I did this Reborn in the USA in 2004, 2005. Who I became very good friends with is the classic lady herself, was Elkie Brooks. She's amazing. She is, and she sounds 50, 60, 70 times better than when she started. She can sustain some notes. Yeah, she can sustain some notes. She's really a blessing. I think she's very underrated over here in the UK. She's, definitely one of the cornerstones of British pop music.
Sure. Well, let's talk about Horizon, shall we?
Oh, like
your collaboration, because this is really exciting. I love this track. I love the fact that it's got this sort of Ibiza summer vibe, this dance sort of vibe about it. Brilliant. So how did you get to collaborate with T-Love?
Well, basically, there's a great producer called Lunaman, and Lunaman used to work with Dr. Dre out in America, and he's asleep on the floor, he told me. And he's the kind of person that lives in the studio, underneath the studio desk. And he was out there for a long time, and we worked together for quite some time. And I actually got him a deal to work with some other artists, to produce some other artists. And he has been dying for me to work with him again. He did a mix on a track I did called Secrets. So he's been saying, Lee, we got to do an album, we got to do this. Da, da. So then he rang me, I think it was January. Yeah, I literally, I was somewhere. Because I've been working on my film projects and some other projects. Well, the Gorillas project I was working on at the same time. So he rang me and he said, look, there's a guy, he can't write, he really wants to get a voice on this track, and we in its basic form. Tell me what you think about it. So they sent me a rough idea of the track, and I thought, I've got a good idea for this. So literally, I sat down and I wrote the whole lyric and the melody, and I
Just
had it
came
all
out straight away like
just
that.
like that. If I feel
Fantastic.
it, I just do it, and
Yeah.
I had a whole concept. And and at that point in time, I think politically we were going through so much with Brexit and all that, and in the horizon was all the pandemic in all the other areas. So I was dealing with nature. I was dealing with the land, the sea, the sun, the natural elements of the earth, and I thought I want to put that into something inspiring, into a song, and it has the Ibiza feel, but at the same time, it's giving you a message too.
Yeah, it does. And it's really uplifting, isn't it? It's like
Totally.
inspirational.
That's what I wanted. I wanted to have,
Yeah.
horizon,
Yeah.
give you that kind of lift
We
and
can do it. We can get through this and all be together
yes,
as one.
exactly. We
Love
can
it.
be that horizon. And I think also I wanted to give a touch of the sound of imagination in my vocal technique and style, because I sing in different ways, but Luna Man says, "Oh, you've got to do it this way," and he was just saying, "Oh, I like it when you do it that," and I said, "Okay, I can do it. Don't worry, sit down, relax." And so it's actually returning to something that I've already came from, but I'm giving it to a new generation, and something uplifting, as you said, for these times.
Brilliant. And you are one of the hardest working men in the music business, really, aren't you? You do all sorts, really, don't you? You tour with your band, but you also do all your solo artist stuff. Of course, this collaboration you've done with T-Love, and this work on Flashback as well that I've been reading about. That's
Well, yeah.
exciting, isn't it?
I mean, it is. I mean, Flashback I've been working on for the last 9 years. Now I've got some really top people involved with it. I've interviewed over 100 people. We have over 600, 700 hours of. It's going to be like an 8-part series, 8-part series. We're looking at a Netflix or Amazon, people like that, because the platform is very big. It's very international. We talk flashbacks. The journey starts from the turn of the century till today. All British black music. So it's producers and DJs and radio disc jockeys and pirate radios and sound systems and people that you didn't even you remember the records, but you think, oh my God, like Hot Chocolate or Sweet Sensation to Soul to Larry Sifri to
Amazing.
Misha Paris to Shirley Bassey. It's very diverse, extremely
Sure.
diverse, and it comes obviously now because of the BLM situation, and it's heightened everything, and
Sure.
now the B was it Black Archive
Yep.
Association. They want to align with me, so therefore they can keep the whole platform of Flashback going. So even once we've broadcast the film, we're going to do a special edition for them. So they'll have their film festival, and they will continue the legacy of Flashback. So in
Oh,
5 years, it will be
fantastic.
updated. It'll be updated and updated. So it's a lot of work. I've been doing a hell of a lot of research in between touring, in between the recording. I have another project with the Gorillas. I think you may know about that,
Yeah.
and that's coming out in October with the
Yeah.
one Damon Albarn, who is a genius in he's kind of similar to me in a sense because I do so many diverse things. So when I speak to him, I'm looking at I feel his brain, I feel his energies. It's very, really cool. So we've got something coming out late October, and then
Fantastic.
I've got another project with the singer from Belgium who's on the Calyx Cornflakes commercial, Plastic Bertrand. And we have a track called Don't Stop. That's not going to come out till a bit later. And then now during the lockdown period, I had previously written 1 or 2 tracks with the 80s group Shack Attack, well, Bill Sharp. And we said, look, we need to finish this. So we went back to the old days when you do an album in 4 weeks, and I wrote all these songs, and we just did it. And now it's being mastered and it's going to come out next year. It's
That's
called
amazing. So you didn't have a rest during lockdown. You didn't think,
No,
right, this
no,
is time
no.
now for me. I've been working solidly for
No,
the.
you know what I did? I had like say Monday and Tuesday, I'd be no Mondays I'd be doing some recording. Tuesdays, Wednesdays it was flashback. Thursdays I was editing the video for Horizon because we didn't have anywhere to go to film. We couldn't film anywhere.
No.
So it was all that, and it was like a routine. So by the time, it says, oh, yes, we can all get outside our houses, I'd
You're
be like,
exhausted.
I was exhausted,
You need to
It
shut
was
down for a
like,
while.
yeah.
Rest, have a holiday.
Well, I did. I went to Spain. As soon as they said we can get on the plane, I flew off to Spain.
Oh, nice. But I bet you were recording something out there as well, weren't you? Or doing
No,
something.
I did some filming.
No, you see, still working,
I
workaholic. But
did
isn't
some
that brilliant
filming.
that you actually got yourself this schedule in place as well? So you have to be quite disciplined, don't you, I
I
suppose?
did that. Yeah, I did
Yeah.
do that because I start at 9:30, 10 o'clock. I try not to speak to anybody before then. And then I finish like 6 o'clock, 6:30. Archie, my management, we're still going on because sometimes you get emails and texts from people because it's a lot of work when you're doing film projects and also you're working on other projects.
Mm.
Like I've got a duet with this singer called Jorge Vesello. He's a two-time South American Grammy Award-winning singer, very, very well known. And he's doing a track of mine called Solitude. And a friend of mine, brother Nick, did this mix. And initially, Jorge or George, you can call him, wasn't on the track. And I just thought it would be really good with a different language. So I sent it to him. He sang the vocal. This is all during the lockdown as well. And we've managed to, while I was in Spain, film some footage, and he's sending his stuff from Brazil. So we have that separate project. So it's been extremely a creative period for me.
You have seen a lot of creatives actually pull something together in this time, haven't you?
Mm.
Because they've been able to
Uh,
connect.
Yeah, and I'm getting even more. That's the thing is I'm
Yeah.
having people. I had someone from Los Angeles said, "When are we going to work together?" I'm hearing what you're doing, but what it is, they don't care what I'm doing. They're thinking, "No, I need to get you on a track, man. Come on, let's do something."
Well, I'm
And
sure you will, won't you?
I know,
You'll
I know.
fit it in.
Well, for next year we have 40 years of imagination, so I'm looking forward to doing a very special album. I've already got one or two songs put aside for that for next year. And we're looking at, I'll be doing a few shows in London and outside. Towards the ending of the year, we're looking at possibly a box set with some unreleased material. I've been, through the lockdown, plowing through a lot of that,
Yeah.
which took a lot of time because there's a lot of things that we didn't give the record company that were going to be on a certain album and weren't. And there's mixes of like In the Heat of the Night, which was never released and things like that. So,
That's going to be really exciting, isn't it, for those
mm,
die-hard imagination fans to get their
and
hands on things that they've never heard before.
I know, I know. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. It's also interesting listening to my voice 30 years later, or
Yeah.
30 years before, so I should say. It's like, oh my God, it was like, I don't always listen to me once I've recorded it. I've
Mm.
listened to it. Once we've mastered and we've done it, then I've done it. Then I don't literally listen to it. It's like when I do a video or a TV show, I don't really watch myself. Like I
Mm.
was on two shows recently, the documentary on the real thing, and Rory P had done one about the jazz funk scene in the 70s, late 70s. And I was on both shows. But I went to the premiere of the original version of the real thing one. But I know for TV they had to edit it down. But I haven't seen the whole thing. So it's later on, all of a sudden, maybe a year will pass, and then I'll go, oh, let me have a look. But I never rush out to see me. I think, no,
Why
that's it.
is that? Because it's
Um,
done. You don't
it's
want to
done, yeah, I've
critique
done it. I move
yourself,
on to the
or
next.
yeah, you're too busy to watch yourself because you're on
Yeah,
to the next thing.
well, I don't want to critique myself. I don't like to critique.
No,
If I'm going to edit myself, or
yeah.
I'm very critical. If we're doing a live performance or something like that, I'm like and I thought, why did I say that? So I
Oh,
rather,
yeah,
once I've done it, I've done
yeah,
it. I'm
yeah.
giving you all the information. That's it.
There it is. Yeah, fair enough, isn't it? That's fair enough. Let's
How
talk
how's
about
the
your.
lockdown been? How's the lockdown been for you?
Great, actually. Yeah, I think it is really given me a chance just to reconnect with family, slow down a little bit, but also kind of get my creative juices flowing. I think that
Mm,
it's been fascinating how people can just still, right, well, we can do Zoom meetings now. If we can't get in the studio, we can do
yes,
that. Um,
yes.
I'm in a band as well, but obviously, nothing like you. But even little live streams because all of our gigs have stopped, and so
Yes,
it's
yes.
been just quite interesting how we've still managed to find our way because you have to, don't
You
you?
have to.
If you're
I've
an
been doing
artist,
shows
you
from here.
just, yeah, you need
Yeah,
to just get it out there somehow. And
yeah. I
yeah,
did a show here for the NHS, and I was right here. You know, it's like there's my microphone stand right over
yeah,
there. And I had the desk at the side here, and I haven't done that in years. It was like
yeah.
going back to. I thought, my goodness. I said, no, could you do a few songs for us? And I thought, okay. And the thing was, it was like. It was pre-Zoom. Well, it wasn't pre-Zoom. It's just that you couldn't get everybody on at the time, and so it was just very different because you're seeing heads bobbing, but it's just a little bit. It's a little bit different.
Is different, but in a
Mm.
way, the fact that we've all had to be apart from one another, from friends, family, just humans in general, the way
Mm.
it is now, it's
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
brought people together, hasn't it?
Oh,
And
totally,
I think
totally.
that's what we've got to take away from this whole pandemic is the
Yeah,
fact that
yeah,
we
yeah.
can connect and you can bring through these messages through your music, to for positivity, for change, enlightenment, all of these
Totally.
things.
That brings us back to Horizon.
Yeah, indeed, it
That's what
does.
brings it. We're all going towards this horizon. I've got a
Yeah.
picture right in my studio here, and it's got the horizon right there. It's ironic. A friend of mine, took a picture and said, "Oh, look, I've got to give you this picture. I think you're really going to like it." And it looks just great. And then when I looked up, I thought, "Oh my God, it's horizon!" But it wasn't intentional. It was just very
Wow.
organic.
Yeah.
That he said, "I just think this picture will really, you're going to really love this picture." And I look at it, and I think, wow, it's the
Yeah.
horizon.
That's
And
it.
I think that's what we
Fantastic.
have to appreciate more: nature and
Mm.
life and each other.
Yeah.
And and that's the situation. There's got to be that more. We used to have a lot of it, but everybody's been me, 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 self, self, self. And I think that's what's destroying the planet, destroying. This is why we're in this situation. And
Hmm.
I've said that the world has become a reality television show, and because a lot of the reality people, I don't even know who they are when I watch TV half the time. I don't even
Yeah.
watch it anymore
Yeah.
because it's the same kind of conclusion. And I love seeing live performances, people singing, performing, the energy, sweating it,
Yeah.
getting it
It's
there.
real, isn't it?
It's
Yeah.
real. I like
It's
that
the
rawness
passion,
going
and you
out
can
there.
kind of
Yeah,
feel that passion, and it's uplifting and it's inspirational.
totally, totally. To me, that's what it is. I call it rock and soul.
I love that rock
And
and
rock
soul.
and soul.
Let's talk
So
about your
rock and
new
soul.
album, Retropia. Is that how I pronounce it?
Yeah, a retropia.
Retropia. Yeah. So this is really interesting. I love, if I just pick out one, I love
Okay.
the reggae song, the
Police and
Prince and
Thieves.
Thieves. I love sort of the sentiment behind that. Your past is not your future, and you have the power to influence positive change. So that's kind of what we've been talking about as well, isn't it? It's that kind of
Totally. When
that
I when I
vibe.
recorded when I recorded Police and Thieves, ironically one of my best mates, Leroy Logan, who's actually just wrote a book. He's always on TV, talking about different things that are happening in the community, and he's written a book. And I actually going to give the game away now, but a film's been done. It's a series, Small Acts, with Steve McQueen, the producer.
Oh wow.
It's done, and one of the episodes is about Leroy. So John Boyega is playing Leroy, and there's another artist playing me because I'm his best mate,
Really?
and someone else is playing.
Wow.
Junior Jiscom's niece is playing my mother. So because we're all kind of
Wow.
very very close.
Is
So
this an exclusive?
this is exclusive. Yeah,
Wow.
a lot of people don't know this. So
No.
it's going to be quite interesting to see who's playing Leee John. So that's going to be interesting. And I
Wait,
was
do you
teaching
not
John.
have any say in the casting of that then?
Unfortunately, no,
No.
because it's about Leroy, so I have to take a back seat.
Yeah,
It's not
yeah.
about me. He's
No.
he's the one that's shining. So but I mean, Retropia, Police and Thieves. I decided to extend the theme of that by producing a documentary, a short documentary, for the elders in the community, and basically because of what was going on at the time, the knife crime, and also generally, some people don't know where people come from in the sense of their achievements and what they've gone through. So I interviewed ex-gang member, I interviewed Leroy, who was a policeman, I interviewed a friend of mine whose family had a hair salon, and now they've got a flower shop, and their trials and tribulations of maintaining things. Another female friend of mine who's she's on Magic FM, but now she's on Smooth. That's Angie Greaves, and a few more other people who've all done really good in their careers. But just to hear from them, to give across to the youth, look, it's not all just about being on TV. It's not like a quick thing on mobile. You know, you've got to put the efforts in. And so therefore I used the backdrop of Police and Thieves to create this platform so people could actually hear different voices within my voice. And I think now, in my lifetime, I think my duty, even I felt during this period of lockdown, that I had an important message, because in the mornings what I do is I have like little messages I put on Twitter, on Instagram and on Facebook, and I send out to people, but it's all positive messages. And I said I'm going to do it from the beginning till August, when everything started to get a little bit more relaxed, because I thought that was it. But people have got so used to it, so I've cut it down now to 1 or 2, 3, just giving a positive message each day. And some people have been going through so many dilemmas. You know, they've broken up with someone, or they're not there, whatever they had.
It's been tough times, hasn't it, in so many ways.
Issues, yeah. And so in doing that, sometimes I'll take a lyric from a song, and I said, oh yes, that song, you know, it sends me back. Wow, yeah, Lee, that's great. So, you know, I feel that our journey, our life journeys together here, well, is to help each other, you know, and the job as we are as performers is even more important now. It's much more important than it was before. We have to really, you know, and through music, it's
so powerful,
yeah,
isn't it?
it is. And we are the vessel that
Yes.
people, you know, we transmit this thing, and they come through us, and so
Yeah.
therefore it's an interchange. So each time we perform or we sing or something like that, it draws them in. You know, it's that, and so it's very important what you come across with.
Absolutely. That's so right. You know, so interesting as well. So with your plans next year then, with Imagination and the tour, are you doing some solo stuff as well? Have you got that ongoing at the moment?
Yes, I have got. I hope to be doing some stuff with Damon, or with the
Tell
Gorillas.
me a bit more about the Gorillas thing. Can you tell me more about that?
I can say, because basically they told me it was all going to be very quiet, and the next minute I got a thing last Thursday when I was away. They said, "Oh, we're going to be launching on Thursday," just like that. I thought, oh, I thought it was all supposed to be a big kept secret, you know. So they're launching the album, I think, in October, and I've done a song co-written with Damon called "The Lost Chord," and he's great. He's just a genius in what he does. He has such an organic. We're similar in a funny way, because he does different. He's like not one person to one person. He's everything, you know, to everybody. He's very eclectic, you know, and he's gonna. Nothing is unstoppable. He's going to try and do this and try and do that, and if it's the weirder, not the weirder, but the more out there it is, or creative it is, and it's funny enough, because I've got a project with this Jorge Vacilo in Brazil. I have Plastic Bertram. I've got a track off in Belgium. I've got Horizon with T-Love. I've got the album with Bill Sharp from Shack Attack. And I've got my Flashback film, but I've also got possibly a book to do as well. So
you're going to write your own book?
I'm going to be writing a book for the Flashback film first.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Once Flashback is done, then, because everybody's been saying, you've got to do the autobiography, and I said, okay. I had started a few years back, but now it will be official. But we're just going through the ropes for the Flashback book, which is going to probably be a pictorial, historical one, and then more literal. And so, yeah, with the Gorillas, he said, look, would you be interested in doing some shows? And I said, yeah. But I'm doing two types of shows. I'm doing the acoustic Lee shows, where it's just very minimal, and then I'm doing imagination shows. So I'm going to be around the country with guitar and keyboard, and
So
I'll
you're
be
going
doing
for this more intimate vibe. Is there a bit of
very
a
much so.
Q&A as well with that?
Yes,
Yeah.
there'll be a Q&A. I'll be doing a Q&A, and I did a launch of it at the Woodbridge Festival earlier a month ago, which went very, very, very well. And then I did a similar thing for Lebanon for the charity. We've pre-recorded a show which is going to be going out. I think they want to use it for Christmas, and it's just acoustic, and it's got my songs, it's got imagination songs, and it's really fun, because everything has such a different feel and different edge to it. So that's going out I think they're streaming it sometime in November. And then the Gorillas thing, actually, there's going to be a live show, I think, at the end of December, no, beginning of December, I think. Was it November? December, yeah. And then I'm supposed to be doing, well, I am going to be doing, I think it's week after next, it's like a Top of the Pops kind of show.
All right.
And Mike Stock and is it Mike Aikman? I think Aikman and Mike Reed. They've put it all together, and they've got then and now. So they've got some artists from the 80s and now, and I will be doing
Wow.
an imagination song. I'll be doing Horizon.
Brilliant. And you don't really look any different, do you, from those days?
I do not see what people see. I only see me. I know when
You're the same. You haven't aged at all.
I do, I have to work at it. I do my swimming every day. I haven't drank tea or coffee since the 80s. You know, I,
What?
yeah, I drink herbal tea.
Ah,
I always take loads of minerals. I love champagne and red wine.
who
That's
doesn't?
about it. But I
Yeah.
don't eat meat. I eat chicken or fish or turkey. This last couple of weeks, all I ate for like 2 weeks because I was away was fish.
Ah,
Fish,
right.
vegetables, and it was great. It was really, really cool. So your diet has a lot to do with, how you are, your stability, especially
Yeah.
in this environment. Your diet is so important. It's like I went to get the virus test.
Oh, yeah.
I'm negative,
Yeah.
but the doctor doing it, giving me the injection, she was saying, oh, you look very good and stuff like that. I said, well, I don't do this, and I don't eat hamburgers. She says, you don't eat hamburgers? Oh my God, I love hamburgers. I said, but that's not very healthy. So she said, what should I do? And I'm thinking, you're the
You're
doctor.
the doctor.
So she said
Dr.
to me,
Lee, that could be
tell me,
another string to your bow.
exactly. So
Health
all
and
of a sudden,
well-being advice.
I know Dr. John, Dr.
Yeah,
John,
yeah.
he's got the
Ask Dr.
medicine.
John.
Oh, Dr. John.
Now, can I ask you about the Lee with the
Hmm.
extra E?
Yes. That was when I was signed at 14 to EMI. I was a duo with my friend Russell Fraser. We were at school. And we got signed to a label called Snaz. And the manager, Roy Fisher, wanted to call us Russ and Lee, which I thought was really boring. So I just added on the extra E, and now it's my trademark, and I never let it go.
Yeah, just
It's
makes it
been
a
with
little
me,
bit
yeah,
more
different.
interesting, doesn't it? Bit different.
Yeah.
And you
It's,
do think, oh, have I spelt that right? Oh no, that's how it should be. Lee.
even when I get emails sent to me, it's like some people say, I've sent you the email, did you get it? I said, no, you did put the extra E on, did you? Yes,
Ah.
that's the thing. So it's even that, and it's been like that for a long time. So I just live with it.
Love it. Sums up the extra energy that you have.
Extra
Yes,
energy, extra.
energy.
Yes, I mean there are days where, oh my goodness, like I've been working quite a lot, so now my energy level is it's balanced. It's just I'm just thinking, okay, I don't want to make any mistakes. So everything is written down. I have paper everywhere. It's because, like,
Good
an
old
architect
fashioned pen and
manager.
paper.
Believe me, there's a pen,
Yeah.
and you know what I've gone back to doing? I've gone back to the pencil.
Well, why not? Then you can rub things
The
out.
pencil, and that's what I found. I found the last couple of weeks that the better than the pen is the pencil. So I bought a whole heap of pencils, and some other people said to me, "I've been doing that too." It's kind of weird, because everybody taps and taps and taps away, but you don't say to people, "Write it down."
I like to write things down.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
do.
I do.
I do.
Yeah, it's
I
quite.
write all my
Yeah,
lyrics, and
yeah,
I've always done that. Written the
yeah.
lyrics down
That's
and
just
stuff
much more
like that.
personal doing it that way, isn't it?
Yeah,
Got
it's
it
like I've
down
got
there.
one or two friends who, if they've been invited somewhere, they don't text you and say thank you. They'll send you a card.
How lovely. I'm glad that that's
Yeah,
still
yeah,
alive in
yeah. They'll
society. I
send cards
like that
all
so
the time.
much.
So thank you very much. It was nice being, which is how they were brought up, you
Yeah.
know?
No, that is really lovely. Crikey, Lee, we're running out of time.
No.
Yes, it's gone by
Oh,
so quickly. I've really, really enjoyed talking to you.
thank
I
you.
love your
Thank you.
energy. You're just
Thank you.
amazing, all of the things that you have achieved over the years. And
Thank you.
I'm really excited about all your forthcoming
Yeah, I'm
events,
excited. I'm really excited
tours,
about that. Yeah, I really
documentary, book, and all sorts. So I shall be looking out for all of that. But thank you so, so much. And I think
thank
you're going to
you. Thanks for
continue
having
to
me.
influence future generations of music.
I
Absolutely no
pray.
doubt
I
about
pray.
it.
I
Yes.
pray. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much.
Thanks.